When we last gathered, the party chased after Osiris to bring an end to her plan that was essentially mass genocide under the assumption of saving and protecting everyone's souls. And after engaging in a mighty battle, and a battle of psychology and wits, Osiris inevitably had no choice but to realize that the methods that she was taking were no better than the methods of the one that she was working to defeat. And after many hours of a back and forth conflict, with the assistance of our now new friend Diabolos, Osiris was defeated, her will and her drive broken, and in our final ditch effort to rid the party from her sight, she was unable to muster the necessary strength, and before long conceded and gave up. And so now our scene and our story continues from right where we left off at.
Okay. Where we left off, Xander was appearing out of the portal, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is the first time Xander sees me like this.
Right. So I see you all of you, he says as he eyes Yashua up and down, have dealt with the impending threat, I see. And you all don't look very well physically, anyway. But nonetheless, you've stopped impending doom from coming down upon the city. And for that, you will be rightfully congratulated. However, we need to leave this place, as while it's good that that shrine wasn't damaged, the longer you stay here, um, let's just say that your souls might get a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, say less.
Yes, so Yashua, he dives through.
Henry asks Osiris for a hand because his head's killing.
I'm holding on to Osiris. Yeah, you have to ask Dreva.
Somebody!
Dreva looks over to Henry, and she casts Wind 2 to help you stand to your feet, and then she helps you walk back through the portal. While at the same time, casting another wind spell to grab Perry's treasure chest that she's inside of, and takes that through the portal as well.
I completely forgot she was here.
Okay.
Henry just stumbles into the portal.
So I'm gonna move you guys back out here. Alright. So the lot of you exit through the portal and appear right back inside of Francesca's club in the center of the dance floor.
I'm still in the Eidolon form too.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna scare everyone.
So you all come out, and with Osiris and Xander in tow, the gang rushes over to see you all, and Regis, Isla, and Iris are like, who and what is this mechanical construction in front of us? They all say in unison.
Yashua sighs and replies, I am not mechanical. You see him just looking over his shoulder, and I'm like, do I look mechanical to you?
Henry just stumbles to the table and sits down, wondering where my demon buddies are.
Dreva, she speaks up and says, yeah, you do look like a machine. To most people, anyway.
Well, that kind of hurts.
And Xander is going to speak up and say, well, that's kind of what happened when you're dealing with other dimensional creatures and constructs and whatnot. Anywho, so, why don't you, first of all, let us know how you feel about all that you've learned and what you've had to do these past many hours since you've been here.
First off, I would like more details about the Devourer, because there's something that came across my mind when I was up against Osiris, is that before he collapsed our reality, he mentioned something about a lie. Do any of you know something about that?
I don't know anything about this. This is Xander talking. I don't know anything about this supposed lie that he mentioned, but as I'm sure you've heard before, the Devourer is an interdimensional dimension consuming dragon of sorts, and its sole purpose, as far as I know, from what I've been told as an agent of the Mystic, is to consume all that there is in order to become existence itself. Because through the consumption of worlds, memories, feelings, powers, people, and whatnot, its strength exponentially grows and grows until it reaches a point of understanding where it can just decide what will and what will not exist in its world.
Henry stumbles over to the table and starts talking to Diablo. Do you know any extra details that we should know about?
I would like to say yes, but given that this dragon thing is not only far stronger than I am, there's so little that other demon creatures know that I can't really help you out with that, unfortunately.
this have anything to do with your brother?
For once, I don't know.
I think you should be here for part of this discussion. Can you summon yourself as a little form?
I guess if I have to.
This is a group meeting, after all. You're part of this group now.
As long as they don't attack me.
They shouldn't.
Okay.
Stay close to me, though.
The hell are you gonna do? You're exhausted.
That's the whole point. I'll take a punch or two. Oh god. Henry just looks at Diablo. That's not small!
Yeah, well, too bad. Suck it. And as Diabolos slowly fades into existence next to Henry, those that don't know about the agreement and the truth about Diabolos, pretty much being Regis, Isla, and Iris, they all immediately draw their weapons.
Henry just waves his hands like, calm down, calm down. He's with me.
Easy. He's no threat. He's a +1. As a matter of fact, this is Diabolos, not Chaos.
And Regis speaks up. What do you mean, this is? You're telling me there's a difference?
Yeah, he's part of me. So you kill him, I die.
And Diabolos cuts in. Yeah. So, here's the short and sweet of it, right? So, my brother, Chaos, he's the one where everyone's like, oh, he'll take you over, he'll do this, he'll raise us down, he'll raise that down, he'll take your souls, blah, 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 blah. That's him. That's not me. What I do is I just mess with people. That's all I do. But because we look so similar, and the only defining difference is our tails and our skin color, people get us confused all the time. I'm always getting unnecessarily sealed away. I'm always getting my name dragged through the mud. I'm always being the... You know what? Nope. Stop. This ain't about me. This is about y'all's dragon problem. And like I just told Henry, because this thing is so much exponentially stronger than I am, and because there's very little demonology knowledge about him, the only thing I can comfortably say is that whenever y'all fight it, there's a pretty high chance you might die. Because, as the bird over there said, it eats dimensions, realities, people's minds, emotions, power, all that, to become existence itself. And so the best way to prevent that is to kill it. But because how often it eats things, it's becoming harder and harder by the day, essentially. And that's all I got to share about the matter.
In frustration, you see Yashua's, like his head part of the Eidolon just vent, like he's sighing. Anyways, We don't exactly know how active this abomination is, nor when he will start devouring another piece of reality or this one.
And after you say that, a familiar voice comes into mind and speaks up and says, "Hi, I can answer that for you. Um,
And who?
going to need you to go to sleep though. If you'll be okay with that."
Oh,
Aura. Yeah. Hi. It's been a while. Yeah. You all can have your meeting. Yes, that one. You can have your meeting now. When you go to sleep, I'll bring you here and explain some things that they don't know, like the activity question. Yes, that.
you sound anxious. Are you alright?
Yeah. You know, it's just I don't really talk to you guys that often because of my role as an overseer and with meddling and all this. So even though I kind of like sent you guys here to handle this, I still get a bit nervous talking to you all because I don't do it very often. Because as you know, my attention is elsewhere and such.
Does Henry hear this?
Yes.
Henry starts to panic. There's another voice in my head.
Don't freak out, please. I'm not necessarily God, but I am
Do you hear her too?
a God. Look, man, deities are weird. We're very strange. Very strange.
Henry just sits down like, so I have a deity, a demon. What's next in my head?
I'm going to get back to my prior occupation before I decided to button. And yeah, I'll see you in a couple hours. Goodbye. And after that, you hear the sound of a button click, and you no longer hear Cora speaking.
I wonder if everyone here noticed me raising my hand on like the left side of my head as if I'm talking to someone.
Yes, they did. No one bothered to ask, but Francesca has a look on her face that says she knows what was going on.
Henry goes to Diablo, ask him if he could summon our demon minions. Mask Man Raph and his Mask Man's wife.
So, as you were asking Diabolos if he could do that?
Yeah. Because remember, we we kind of left them abandoned in front of a broken structure.
Well, as you asked him that, the lot of them all appear right behind you.
Yeah. Henry runs in front of them.
Okay, well, he's having a little family reunion with his demonic buddies. I walk up to Francesca over here. Right. I still am carrying Osiris too.
Yes, you are.
So
Add her to my demon companion group.
shut up. What? So what should we do about her? She's clearly misguided.
And as Francesca lets out that very, very heavy sigh, you can hear the rumbling of thunder and lightning outside of the premise, and before long, the entire right side of her body is engulfed in lightning. And she says, I would love nothing more than to fry this imposter to cinders, but the rational side in me is saying that because you all did not end her life, I'm assuming that you found some degree of, and I use this term very loosely, good in her. Yes?
Henry screams, yes, don't hurt her.
I wouldn't say good. She's...
valuable.
No. Listen, she was forged, or created, so to speak, in order to end and destroy the Devourer by any means necessary. Objectively, we want the same thing, but her methods are extreme. And she knows this.
Okay.
That's why we were able to stop her.
She runs her non-electrified hand through her hair and says, okay, I understand. So, what is it exactly that you aim to do? Because I have an entire city and district to run and protect, as you know. No matter what you say, she is going to be restrained and more or less placed under Zero's maximum level security. I just want to make this very clear before this conversation even continues.
Yashua nods, and he says, I understand. However, we could learn more from her, and
she wasn't.
her creator as well. She wasn't given a will of her own, and she knows this. And you could tell that she craves it.
So, are you alluding to by you all letting her live her life on her own terms, that she'll, in a sense, reform herself?
Reform? Yes, but not completely on her own terms. I'd say she needs to earn that right. Since she did cause, I look around, and I look at everyone, some damages.
Henry looks at you guys talking and says, didn't everybody beside me do the same? I'm fighting for her free will here.
You know, Angie did tell me that at some point in dealing with you all, I was going to want to pull my hair out. And this is that situation.
Yashua laughs out loud.
Henry goes up to Frenchie. You know I'm the one with the most free will here.
Yeah, that
Can you
much.
give her one chance?
You know, I wish I could go back in time and unteach you how to twist people's arms.
You don't.
Okay,
Can you leave her in my care?
absolutely not.
Worry not. I'll look after her.
And Zero is going to speak up. Yeah, you and I both, cause there's some questions I need to ask this chick, and as you've seen, there's been quite a bit of damage around the city. So, in conjunction with that, she is going to help fix some of the shit that she helped destroy. And she has no way out of it either. Unrelated though, that prototype armor that I gave you guys, I need you to hand it over.
No.
Joshua apologizes. I apologize, but half of it got disintegrated.
What are you talking about? It's right there. You're still wearing it.
Oh no. Remember, the Phoenix burnt half of my clothing off.
Yeah, she burned your clothes, but there's still pieces of the armor there. Oh, right. I'm stupid. I forgot to tell you that all the armor was made out of nanomachines.
Oh.
Yeah.
Henry passes over the armor.
Kinda forgot to mention that part. Though I did say that they were more or less clothes, but then again, I make clothes out of nanomachines, so my bad.
Henry
Oh.
asks, "Can we keep at least the grapple?"
What? Oh, yeah, I can take that off and hand it to you.
Okay.
And in between that, when Zero, casually says, "Oh, my bad," Cynthia thwacks him in the back of the head with her tail.
When they both feel that.
And she goes, "What have I told you about leaving out important information like that? How are they supposed to know that they're wearing nanomachines the whole time?" And he doesn't say anything in response because he knows he's in the wrong, but he just very angrily side-eyes her as a response.
Joshua laughs at both of them. It's alright. I've used nanomachines before. They're fun little gimmick kind of technology where I'm from.
Henry just looks at Joshua and is like, "Too bad they don't know how to use photons."
Well, not yet, anyways. I'm sure they will eventually.
And in response to that, Zero says, "You two keep talking about photons. At some point, I'm gonna make you give me an encyclopedia about what photons are. They sound cool. I want to work with them. Stop teasing me with it." Damn it.
Joshua does a little chuckle. Like mocking Zero, but in a friendly gesture.
Right. Okay. And Regis is going to come over and he's going to speak. Well, now that the worst of the worst is done and over with, so to say, I do believe that not just you guys, but everyone here, with the exception of the demons, need to take some time and recover. Everyone has battle injuries. Everyone is beyond exhausted. This ongoing battle has been going on for around 2 weeks straight. And the body needs to slow down for a bit.
Henry just remembers the people in the hospital with all the markings on them. And looks at Diabolos, and then looks at Regis, and looks at Diabolos again. Like, Regis?
What?
How are the people with the markings?
So, about them, I want to say, like, he asked, when exactly did you, make your contract with Diabolos? How many days ago was that?
3?
Okay.
Well, for us, it could have been 3, but for them, it might have been weeks.
3 plus the 2 weeks we disappeared for, right?
Yeah, for them, it's been weeks.
So I would say about 3 weeks.
Okay, because I don't know how and I don't know why, but when that happened, all of the markings just vanished and they recovered as if they had been sleeping in a coma, so to say, and operated like nothing bad ever happened to them.
Huh, that's good to hear.
Henry gets glowing eyes thinking of new techniques while looking at Diablo.
Diablo's low-key just healed them.
The hell are you looking like that for? Get that look out of your eye. Stop it.
Oma magic.
It's funny how all this is happening right now. And in my Eidolon form, I'm holding Osiris like a Princess Carrie sort of way.
Well, you can think whatever you want, but I didn't do it.
Right. Anyways, I look at Osiris and then I ask her, "Can you stand on your own?" Or is she still knocked out?
Oh, where's Maskman's wife?
Do I
Kinda
look
lost
like
her.
I can stand on my own?
If you can't, I could let you rest.
I would much rather you unhand me.
Now, there's no need to be hostile. I'll put you down.
I'm waiting for you to put her down.
And Henry, to answer your question, she is literally standing atop of Mask's shoulders.
Oh,
Wait,
she tiny.
No, she's. It's not that like she's short or whatever. She's just like standing on his shoulders just cause.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't see her little icon, that's why.
Anyways, here you are. Make sure you don't stumble or fall.
We cured them, right? They can have kids now.
Yes.
Henry's gonna be an uncle.
So, after you put Osiris down, everyone, including Raph, Zen, Diabolos, turn their attention to Osiris in the expectation that she might try to pull something. And when she touches the ground, black smoke begins to appear on the ground, like on the floor where she is. And it slowly lifts her up into the air, but she can't get any higher than, let's say, the bar table.
Henry just looks at her. I want to tackle her and hug her.
Don't you dare, I will break your ribs.
She's too high up now.
And I say this out loud to Henry.
Henry just remembers that she doesn't have tail feathers anymore.
Oh, no, so the tail feather thing, that's only when she's in her phoenix state. When she's in her regular human form, she just looks like your average human, pretty much. Just, you know, you got a glowing eye and all that stuff.
Of course, yeah. Okay, you don't have to exhaust yourself. You could just hover in the air. That works too. I say this to Osiris.
In case you've forgotten, the floor is a floor, and people walk on floors, and their shoes are disgusting.
Oh, so Osiris is a germaphobe.
You see Yashua's vents just release hot air again. He's sighing.
Regardless, she asks, what is the purpose of, and when I say purpose, I mean your true purpose. Why are you allowing me to live?
Henry gets a giant smirk on his face.
I nicely ask Dreva to freeze Henry's feet into the ground.
Doesn't stop my mouth.
And without a single moment of hesitation, she sure does cast Blazara on his feet.
I think you deserve an opportunity to live your life the same way as we do. Although you were created, you deserve to have a will on your own. You say that you want to destroy that Devourer by any means necessary. And trust me, I have the same goal. But I don't want to eliminate all life on the planet just to achieve my goal. Even if you were able to succeed to do such a thing, what would you do after? After all life is gone. The world barren, empty. There's nothing worth fighting to protect anymore. What would you do then?
As the Phoenix, it is my job to create life. So, once everything had been taken care of, I would if there's no life left aside from my own, what can I create?
Now do you understand?
Henry's like, you didn't think that through? Jeez, you're as bad as me.
Dreva, freeze his mouth next if he talks again.
And she repositions her staff from his feet to right in front of his mouth. When I was... This is Osiris talking again. When I was given my duty, I wasn't given any instructions after I had completed. I just knew that as the Phoenix, I was to create and rebirth. But if I was the only one left, then that means... And just as she was about to finish her sentence, a familiar gray smoke comes out of Yashua, and before long, Garland shows up again.
Oh, God.
And he immediately says, "So you mean to tell me, as the great and mighty Phoenix, you did not think that your so-called master would come for you afterwards and create a mighty conflict that you would inevitably lose?"
Henry's just like, more demons.
I dare say, in my time, where I come from, phoenixes are... And he folds its arm as he plants his weapon in the ground. Far more wise than you are. And at saying that, Osiris starts to get a little bit angry, to where the blue flame coming from her eye begins to grow a little bit. And in response to that, Garland says, "Aha! If you wish to challenge me, then so be it." And then he looks to everyone else and he says, "Oh, don't tell me you've already fought her."
Yeah, we just finished, and we're, helping her see her error of her ways. And you see Yashua folding his arms and like his feet is just tapping the ground. Like he's being a little impatient.
Gods be damned, I am too late.
Henry's legs still glued to the floor with ice, tries to crawl to Garland.
And as she sees you struggle to move, she says, no, you stay away from my grandpa. Stay away from him.
But Fred...
No. As she, shoves Garland out of the way and stands between you and him.
Henry just pouts. Why can't I have Fred?
Yashua vents again. Anyways.
Henry screams out for Jet to come out.
She does not respond. However, while you are having another moment, Garland looks over to Diabolos. Diabolos looks back, and he says, "Ah, my old friend. Why are you hanging out with this guy?" And Diabolos, in response, says, "Look, long story. Talk about it later. Glad to see you again, though."
Henry just looks up. Are they old Trekkie buddies?
It would appear so, but that's unrelated. Anyways.
Osiris, she calms herself down, and she very reluctantly says through gritted teeth, "It seems that I was wrong this entire time. And now that I serve no one, I don't know what to do with my life."
Listen, I understand your frustration, and there are moments in life where we are wrong in our way of doing things. There are also moments in my life where I've made grave mistakes as well. And you see like his visor turn like into like the normal color into like a pale blue, like he's sorrowful when he said that.
Okay.
We learn from our mistakes. It's what makes us who we are as individuals. Fortunately, we were able to stop you from making a grave mistake that you will end up being a painful existence otherwise. Regardless, you say that you're lost. There are plenty of paths for you to follow. You could start out with helping everyone here, repair the damages that you've done. Yes, it may be an annoyance to you, but what you break, you gotta buy.
Well, the blonde one also said that I didn't have a choice in the matter. And Zero says, damn right you don't.
Henry screams out, the blonde one's always wrong.
Anyways, we could do things one step at a time. The whole part of having a path to follow is not simply the end goal, but the journey itself. And that could take you anywhere. Try to look around you. Try to learn from your environment. Don't be afraid to talk to people. You'll be amazed of the amount you'll learn from others, as I have.
You speak to me as if I am not many, many centuries older than you.
You may be, yes. But I could see it in your eyes that you're very inexperienced. And there's nothing wrong with that. We all start out somewhere.
Fine. Whatever. I'll agree to these terms on the condition that you and yours show to me that life and creatures and people aren't as destructive as I've been made to believe.
I will not deny that life can be pretty destructive. Yes, but through destruction comes creation, and through creation comes beauty. It's the natural order of things. Just how the natural order of life and death. It's something that you'll eventually learn to understand and appreciate. You see, everyone hears a beeping sound coming from Yashua, and then he just turns back to human. But like to everyone, it just looks like he's fading away. And you see like a bunch of particles just coming out of him. And then he's just back to human. And he's holding on to his knees, like bending over and just panting in exhaustion.
Okay. So, after saying all that, Osiris stops responding, not in a disrespectful manner, but in a sense of she is processing and thinking about all of what you've just said to her. And as you are doing your best to catch your breath, a garland extends his weapon in your direction and beckons you to grab onto it, because he's going to use that to help you stand to your feet, since Dreva is still protecting him from Henry.
Gleaming eyes.
Yasha raises his hand to signify that he'll be okay. He just needs to catch his breath.
Alright,
But thanks him otherwise.
he sets his weapon back to normal and plants it back in the floor. And Francesca says, "Can you not do that? What's your problem?" And Garland just ignores her.
What a Chad.
Henry still has questions about Frenchie's electric powers.
"Yes, Henry, you've been staring at me for an uncomfortably long time. What else do you have to ask?"
Henry looks at the Odin crystal and looks at her, looks back at the crystal. I heard that thunder crack before.
"Yes, and? What about it?"
Do you know Odin?
"I know an Odin, yes."
And how did you get those powers?
Let's just say that I read one too many tomes that I wasn't supposed to read in my, and she says this with a very strained expression, younger years. And then one unfortunate trip to work later, I was blessed with lightning powers. You already know this, though.
Yes, forbidden knowledge, as Yashua murmurs.
Two friends here in this discussion. Ifrita and Odin.
Wait, when did you meet Ifrita?
Yashua speaks up.
Yashua.
"Oh yeah, I could summon her if necessary." He sounds exhausted when he's talking.
You mean to tell me you're capable enough to perform a summoning?
We need more friends here. Henry quickly looks for his Xander whistle.
Oh, Xander never left. He's been here the entire time. He just hasn't been talking.
"Yeah, I could summon her. We have a bond, her and I. She's real nice."
Where's Xander?
Still sitting at the table with Iris and Isla.
"Why, is summoning a big deal?"
For people that are not similar in strength like Angie and myself, yes, that is a very big deal. The last regular person that attempted a summoning was in a mana sickness coma for 3 years. And wait, how long is a year's worth of time where you come from?
Huh?
Henry screams out 365 days.
So, because you don't know this, a year's worth of time here is about 500 or so days.
Oh.
Terrific.
So a year and a half.
It's just like that one planet we visited before the Devourer, remember? Onyx? Its yearly orbit was around 600 days.
What's wrong with you?
I'm exhausted, you idiot.
Henry throws little pebbles at Yasha.
Regis speaks up. Okay, alright. We've spent enough time here. Zero, is that device of yours operational? And he says, Zero says, yeah. He pulls an orb out of his pocket, clicks the button, tosses it in the air, and you see small drones circling the lot of you. And Zero explains that this is a construct, teleportation device to take you all back to your hotel rooms, but there are special rejuvenation chambers inside of them, and it's going to automatically put you in those.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's the least we can do for all your hard work and all that stuff. And then before long, the drones finish circling you all, and you all find yourselves in your pods. Not pods, chambers. And then you are slowly whisked away to sleep. And with all of you heading to Sleepland, amidst your slumber, you feel yourself slowly being pulled away from your physical bodies and such, almost as if you're being spiritually moved from one location to another. And then you find yourself standing before a door. The door is red. It's about 8 feet tall. There are diamonds and random scribblings along the front of the door, and the doorknob looks to be as if it's made out of light itself.
Are we all there in front of the door?
Yes.
I proceed to knock on the door.
Alright. You all knock on the door. The door opens. You are pulled through the door, and you find yourselves inside Cora's domain yet again.
Oh, joy.
Hey,
Hi. It's been a while since you all have been here and stuff like that. How's
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
how's
You look
it
classy as ever.
been since we last spoke like this? I understand that's probably not the appropriate question to ask, but in the efforts of not necessarily being so much strangers with you all, that was the best question that came to mind.
All right. They weren't able to answer my question, but maybe you can.
Right.
Earlier, before I came into this world, when the Devourer appeared, he mentioned something about a lie. Do you know anything about that?
the lie that he spoke of is that you all know about multiple dimensions, multi-dimensional theory and all that stuff.
Kinda have to now that we got teleported to that world, so yeah.
Well, we were doing research on multiverses, but we could never effectively travel to them without causing any damages to both sides.
Right. So, the lie that he spoke of is that... How do I put this? There are not multiple different dimensions, as in there's... It's not like there's a million different ones. There are but two true dimensions, being where you all come from and Palomisia. So I'm going to make a what do they call them? Diagrams, pictures. I'm going to draw pictures, okay? So, on my right, this circle over here, this is where you all come from. You all come from Lufenia. Over here, on the opposite side, this is Palomisia. This is the other true dimension.
Rue.
Everything else in between, however, those are all false dimensions. Not to say that they're all fake, but they aren't whole. So they're different fragmentations of both Lufenia and Palomisia. And the reason that these fragmentations exist is because time and time, again, one after the other, there were sorcerers, so to say, who wanted to become the penultimate god and deity itself, so to say. Which is why earlier I mentioned that deities and whatnot were weird and strange and all that. And every time that a sorcerer would engage in those activities and such, they would get all too close to accomplishing their goal. And in order to use one of your vernaculars, to put a lid on the situation, God would split themselves in two. And because their power was divided, instead of it being and to keep things simple, a one-on-one conflict, it would be two opposing gods trying to defeat someone that is encroaching upon God's territory. And once the problem was solved, instead of rejoining, they would go about their separate ways and, in a sense, start over. However, because where there's light, there's darkness on the opposite side. The many different devils that exist would more or less have the same issue occur. And as such, over time, a council of such would form, because with each and every false dimension that would come into existence, more and more conflict would start. And so, they formed a council to try and prevent that from happening. And at the most recent council meeting that took place, being around, in my time, it would be about 6.5 million years ago. There were one too many arguments about appointing a head of the council, and the one person that had the most issue with the situation, his name being Shinryu, he took it upon himself to create a countermeasure to all of this taking place, so that things can get back to a sense of normalcy. But in his desire to put a lid on the problem, after being met with conflict after conflict, and his research continually being stopped, he was tainted by my version of chaos, not your chaos, to become the solution itself, which led to the birth of the Devourer. And so that is why the Devourer is going around consuming all of the different false dimensions that exist in order to inevitably become the one true existence itself. And as for how often it becomes active and whatnot, in Polynesia, a month lasts about 50 or so days, but in my time, each day is 100 years. So in 3 months' time, it becomes active again. But the false dimension that it targets is unknown until the devouring takes place. So, as much as I would like to say, oh, it's going to this dimension on this day at this time, I cannot, because of how many of the other ones I, as the overseer, have to oversee. And I can only do so much before I begin to overstep my boundaries and do things I'm not supposed to be doing like I'm doing right now.
So you're saying there's a bunch of fragmented dimensions right now?
Yes.
Is there there any way for us to tap into those fragmented dimensions?
No.
We shouldn't interfere with those dimensions anyways.
Try and interfere.
And
Try and help them too.
That's the same thing as interfering.
I understand where the question was birthed from. However, one of the reasons I say no is because, well, to be blunt, you lack the spiritual density you need to become an overseer. And because I already took you out from crossing over into a new life or going to Nirvana, if I were to send you on to a different dimension, it wouldn't turn out well for me or you guys. Because in truth, you all are supposed to be dead.
Yeah, you don't have to remind me of that.
So from what I got, you caused the Devourer.
No. I was not the one who caused the Devourer. In fact, I was very staunchly against Shinryu's plan, but Shinryu refused to listen to reason.
You
Shinryu.
didn't stop it. Doesn't that mean the council overstepped their boundaries?
In a sense, yes, but also no. Because above all else, the council was to maintain some shred of balance with everything that was taking place. But because of that desire to maintain balance, due to Shinryu deciding to take balance into his own hands, we didn't have a choice but to say no. But then when he got aggressive, that was when the rest of us had to overstep.
Okay. Say we remove the Devourer from the equation. What's going to stop Shinryu from creating another one?
Or taking it to his own hands?
Well, that's just it, because Shinryu and the Devourer are the same being.
What?
Thought so.
Through the deal that Shinryu made with my chaos, instead of making the thing, he became the thing. If you happen to remember, before I sent you all to Palamecia, I explained to you all that you will see the memories and the experiences of all the heroes that came before you. There was a dragon in those memories.
That wiped out all the heroes.
Yes.
Yeah, I recall.
That dragon is Shinryu.
Shinryu.
So my question is, what kind of weapon could defeat a deity? I'm not fighting a deity with my pretzel stick staff.
Yeah. I agree. This Shinryu dragon, He's clearly paracausal.
I'm sorry. What?
Yashua is just folding his arms and closing his eyes and thinking. How do you destroy something outside the laws of causality?
Oh. I'm assuming that's what that word you said means, but,
Yes.
To be blunt and honest, you all are going to... Your strength is going to have to get dangerously close to multi-dimensional levels.
Of course, destroy a monster with a monster.
Well, not necessarily.
Henry rolls his eyes. I'm not much of a homunculi, am I, right now?
No, you don't have to become anything different. You just have to grow exponentially stronger than what you are now. But I have been, in a sense, tuning in to your adventures and your exploits every now and then, and I can very confidently say that you all are on the right path. In fact, you're getting there much, much faster than I had anticipated. And if I were to give an estimation, there were beings known as judges on the council and such. And let's just say that if they so desired, a judge could cleave the sun in half just by looking at it. Now, you all aren't at judge level strength yet, but Yashua, Draven, do you remember your friends Tyr and Fiend?
Of course.
Do you remember them mentioning that they were wardens, so to say?
I do recall them mentioning it, but I've always thought that they were some kind of guard. Never really paid much attention.
Yes, so that day when you defeated them in battle, it was at that moment that you all have, in terms of strength, met and exceeded the strength of a warden's power. So, and I'm not going to tell you how to tap into that raw strength because that would be overstepping my boundaries again. Let's just say that Yashua, with those firearms of yours, if you wanted to, let's say, disintegrate a mountain with a single bullet, you can. Additionally, if for whatever reason, Henry, you wanted to just cause an entire country to vanish off the map, you could.
Please don't tell him that.
Oh, no, trust, even if you tried, Diabolos wouldn't let him do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
But just to put it into
starts thinking of things like, how the fuck can I?
very basic and understandable terms, that's where you won't stand in terms of your individual strength.
I honestly don't want to tap into that kind of power without being able to properly control it.
Yeah, that's why I'm not telling you how to do that. It's something you're gonna have to come to understand and realize on your own terms. Because fighting in a multi-dimensional existence devouring dragon, you're gonna want to know how to figure that out.
There was something that's always been bothering me. Why did you summon me instead of all the other more powerful, more experienced eidolons in my realm? I'm the youngest out of all of them.
Well, the answer to that is a very simple one. You are far more optimistic than your eidolon counterparts. That is honestly the sole reason why I picked you instead of the others. And Henry, though you may not be an eidolon, and you may have some questionable decisions under your belt, it's because of that creativity, I'll use that word, that I picked you. And Draven, you have an uncanny level of determination and such. It was also because of your grandfather Garland asking me to look after his kin.
Yashua's just scratching his head now, just processing all that information.
Henry's like shaking his head because it's too much for his small brain.
Okay, I understand the situation now.
I could blow up continent?
You said that a month was 50 days, correct?
Yes, a month in Polynesia is 50 days, and 50 days for in my time, a single day is 100 years. So 50 days times 100 would be about 5,000 years for me. But it's every 3 months for you in Polynesia. So that would be 15,000 years for me.
So every 3 months this Devourer will be on the move?
Yes.
Every 3 months Polynesia time, or every 3 months your time?
Every 3 months my time.
So we got 5,000. Oh, Crap, that's a lot of time.
Yes.
But time flies.
Yes.
I have one question.
Yes.
You were saying about spirit power.
Yes.
Is there any way for us to tap into that spirit power?
Well,
Like the wardens
It's
and judges?
it's very interesting that you mention that, because Henry, you have, at the defeat of Osiris, have reached a level of strength that, and Draven, this goes for you as well. You two have reached a level of strength that most other users of the arcane don't ever attain. And as such, you will become, in a sense, eligible to take your strength one step higher.
Or
Wow,
sword
you
class?
two. Wow, you two. I'm impressed.
You said the sorcerers in the other dimensions destroyed them. Do we have that strength too?
At this current moment, you do not. But in due time, you will.
Okay.
I know you're not supposed to step in, but is there any way you remember that small pixie Mel had, Aurora?
Oh my god.
I'm not going to forget her. It's going to...
Yes, what about the small creature?
You saved us from Nirvana. Is there any way you could save her? She didn't deserve that death.
If I can figure out a method of which I can get away with it, I'll get back to you on that, because they were more binded to your friend Mel's soul. So that's I don't really deal with reverse soul bindings, so that's gonna take some time.
Would Osiris be able to help with that and her rebirth?
Doubt.
No, I don't think so, because the person that made her and the version of Phoenix that she is, she only creates and rebirths normal mortal lives, not the lives of magical spirit creatures that are not herself.
So you're saying that we could rebirth Yoshua's old friends,
No.
the party that got killed?
no. Because
No.
if you die, and you come here as if crossing over into the afterlife, once you die again in Polynesia, you are permanently dead. You do not get a third chance.
So once you return to the ether, that's that.
Indeed.
what happens to those that return to the ether? Do they simply, I don't know, live another life there?
No, not necessarily. They just, whatever their final thought was, they experienced that in a peaceful manner for eternity, essentially. So, as an example, if someone were to go around and deliver presents to children and the unfortunate, and that was the last thing they did and thought about before they permanently died, in the afterlife, they would do that for the rest of eternity.
So their final thoughts, the last thing that they think about is something that they enjoy doing, spending time with their loved ones. They just end up doing so in the ether.
Yep.
I see. That's... Yashua just stays quiet after that.
Are we able to tap into the ether?
Under normal circumstances, only through sealings. On non-normal circumstances, that would include making a very dangerous deal with a devil. And
Diablo.
if you want to do now, don't do that.
I was thinking of something. I was thinking of if we could pull from the ether some of the old heroes.
We're not pulling anyone from the ether. If you try to do anything like that, I'm gonna send you to the ether.
But wouldn't you like to have Aerith around? A certain stance.
I wouldn't want to forcefully make someone live if they don't want to live anymore.
What if they did want to live and help out? Henry's just contemplating with Joshua the pros and cons of all this.
Well,
Flat out answer is no.
Like, look at Garland, he comes out anytime.
Yeah, excuse me for interjecting, but Henry, when you and your comrades fought Garland, instead of him returning to the ether, you instead managed to impress him so much in combat that for his final permanent dying thought, he wanted to see where you would grow in strength and wisdom and everything that encompasses that, and that is why Garland is still amongst the living, so to say.
I'm pretty sure a lot of the final heroes' final thoughts were destroy the Devourer. Don't we pull
Most of them,
them
yes.
out for assistance?
No. Because, like I said, that would encompass you making a very dangerous deal with a very dangerous devil, and the cost of that is your own life.
We shouldn't even be talking about this.
What if it wasn't my life?
You're not doing any sacrifices, I won't let you.
Damn it.
The nature of the ritual wouldn't even allow for sacrifices. The one performing it is the one that gives up life.
What if it's not me?
Then it won't work.
Yes,
Diablo.
as he said.
Can't you stop thinking about methods of bringing people back?
We might need them though.
As much as I would love to have my old friends back, it's not right to do. You're sick of thinking that way. Now Yashua's pissed off at this point.
The other downside to performing a ritual such as that is that when you die permanently, you will not go to Nirvana to be very serious and blunt about this. You will be going to the land of Pandemonium, and you will have to deal with my sister. Oh, sisters.
Pandemonium?
And, you will experience torture unlike any soul should ever experience.
Wait, us or just Henry here?
Henry, if he decides to go through that ritual.
Oh.
That's also part of the course for anyone who does that ritual, but you get where I'm coming from.
Yeah, you had me worried there for a second.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Still worth it.
Dreva, you've been awfully quiet. Something on your mind?
No, not necessarily, because any and all questions that I would have, he answers them before I even ask them. So, yeah, I don't really have anything to say, really.
Is the weapon to fight
Wait,
the
did
Devourer.
you not hear what he said?
We have the strength, but did you see what happened when I put my strength with Diabolos through my staff? It almost destroyed it. Our weapons can't handle what we're now.
Yes, he does bring a fair point. There are some materials that you will inevitably come across in your journey that should be able to handle your growing strength. Because, to be honest, as great as Zero's weapons knowledge and constructs are, as you found out firsthand, there's a lot more work that needs to be done. Because, had Diabolos decided to use an even higher stage of flair, you wouldn't have a weapon right now.
The whole point.
I don't think you'll be standing right now.
That too.
Well, I ain't standing right now, am I? I ain't sleeping right now.
You know what I meant. You wouldn't be here right now. You'll probably be disintegrated along with the spell.
Well, you wouldn't have disintegrated,
but he'd probably be in what Regis calls what do you call it? An overuse mana coma. That, and it would have been considerably harder for me to get your spirit here.
There's one thing I wanted to ask. Our dimension, or false dimension, was it a fragment, or?
No. Where you all came from, you all were a part of the one of the two true dimensions.
On the left, blue one.
And when I guess not to know his name, when Shimryu decided to set his sights on that one, now the only one that's left is Polynesia of the true dimensions.
Okay.
So if we beat the Devourer, what happens to all the dimensions? Do they get repaired?
They will all be restored to their original state, meaning that everything will combine to the way they originally were.
Okay.
So there will be one unified dimension again.
There was another thing that's been bothering me. Even if we were able to restore these dimensions, quotation marks, if, we're not going to return to an empty dimension, are we?
No.
Everyone's lives will be restored?
Yes.
Will they remember what happened, or just simply forget?
If God does not choose to wipe their memory, they'll remember. I can't make that decision as much as I would like to.
Yeah, I would most likely like to wipe that part of their memory.
Will we still have our abilities?
Yes. Everything you learned in Polynesia will stay with you.
As much as I'm happy to hear all this, if we return with our current state, or after Shinryu is eliminated, and we return, there's going to be a enormous balance disruption when we return. But we'll figure that out when we get there.
But if we don't want to return? Do we get the choice of staying here?
I don't know the answer to that, because with the reunification of everything, I didn't ever think to factor in if anyone would want to stay on one side or the other, because there would only be the one side.
Who gets to choose which side is the right side?
Wait, hold on. You're saying that everything will fuse together?
Yes, because that's how things originally were. Before the fragmentations of the two true dimensions, there was just one. One
That
being
sounds dangerous.
One being Lufenia, and the other being Palamisi, and then the fragments came from those two, and then we are where we are now.
Okay, fusing those dimensions together like that sounds incredibly dangerous.
Well, Zero will get his wish of learning photons.
You would think so wouldn't be dangerous, but it's not. Well, I suppose I should ask you. On a scale from 1 to 10, what level of danger are you thinking about?
And
12.
Well, allow me to quell your, I suppose, anxiety? Is that the right word? No,
No, it's not anxiety, just concerns. Like,
right, that word. No, it wouldn't be that bad at all. Granted, there would be quite a bit of culture shock taking place, but it wouldn't be as bad as you think it would be.
I'm just hoping that planetary orbits don't get intertwined with others, planets crashing into another because newer dimensions are fusing together.
Oh, no,
dear Lord.
God and the rest of the deities will make sure that doesn't happen, because, again, as the overseer, I more or less just keep an eye on everything, and if something like that were to happen, I can just make it not happen.
that's overstepping your boundaries.
He wouldn't. No. Okay. I get it now.
In that situation, I want to have my regular duties back. So, in that moment, I wouldn't, because that would be my duty. But my duty as of now is to just watch and keep an eye on things. Like what I'm doing right now, yes, this is massively overstepping my boundaries. But in my original duties, if there's any risk of a planet colliding to a different planet, I can just move it back into its regular orbit.
Okay.
They have
Well-
nothing else.
Well, even if that were to happen, and we wouldn't allow that sort of thing, since it's not just me, but other Eidolons are capable of stopping disasters like that to an extent. Okay. I think it pretty much answered all of my questions and the concerns I had with the merging of all realities.
Great. There was something else. Oh, right. So, I should also clarify, in the physical world, it's been about 4 days since we've been talking and such. And
What?
yeah, don't. Well, try not to worry about that. Right. So, Henry Draper, earlier I mentioned that you were eligible to attain a new order of power, and I call them trials. Would you like to attempt this in 2 days' time? Or would you want to do it now?
Now.
Well,
I guess I'll do mine now. Not really sure what's gonna happen, but it can't be too bad, right?
Henry looks at Treva.
Joshua just shrugs here. Well, since you two are going to have a trial of fire and ice, assuming that you guys are going to have to work for this newfound power, you could send me back. I'll just wait for them to finish their trial.
Oh, no. I have something for you too. It's not it's not a trial, but it is an item that will help you attain that new stage of power. It's gonna take a bit of adapting to get used to, though. And at first, it's going to be very taxing on it. Okay. I'll put it like this. It's going to be more physically and spiritually taxing on you than maintaining your idol form.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. Well, I'll bite.
Okay, good. Now,
Allow me to remember where I put it. Is it here? No. Is it here? No. No, it's not over there. No. Where did I put it? Oh, right. Here it is. This very bright, almost see-through orb is what I call proto-materia. This orb will bestow upon you the ability to receive and cast magic, unlike your friends Henry and Draven, without the need to read a tome or study the arcane for a set amount of time. The more magic that you come into contact with, the more it will very slowly attach itself to your very being. In addition to that, the more that you learn and accept, the more that your natural strengths will increase. It's what's the word? An amplifier, specifically designed for your soul.
So, this sphere, proto-materia, was it?
Yes.
Does this simply do I have to equip it onto me? How do I use it?
Well, the moment you lay hands on it, it will fuse with your soul.
Oh,
Though
okay.
you might experience just a little bit of an uncomfortable jolt.
I'm hoping for him to like toss it at me, like think fast, and I catch it, and I just feel a jolt.
Or he slams it right into your chest.
So description wise, he's just holding it out in front of you with both hands. And for a size comparison, it's very, very big. Like, the size of a boulder.
I don't know if I could lift this thing.
Henry,
There's no lifting involved. You just have to touch it.
I slowly extend my hand, just a little wary. I look back at Henry and Dreva.
And the closer your hand gets to the proto-materia, the energy from the orb begins being absorbed into your hand almost vacuum-like. And before long, you begin to become engulfed in light, all very similar to you taking your Eidolon form. And when the orb has been fully absorbed into your body, you examine yourself for any physical appearance changes, and while you see nothing out of the blue, I need you to roll a Constitution save, please.
Oh no. If it changes my hair color, I'll be happy. Like something like spirit unification just makes it white. Constitution?
Yep.
Wait, where is it? These are saves.
There's no point of me rolling my goddamn dice. Why is it that every single first roll that you do in the session is always a nat 20, bro?
Dude, I have to. It's a tradition.
mine's always a nat 1, don't worry.
Alright. Well, continuing on. You do not feel any kind of uncomfortable jolt, as Cora made mention of, but you do feel your eyesight growing a bit sharper. Your hair and eye color do change, and you extend your arm out in front of you, and by accident you let loose a thunder spell.
Oh, I can't roll thunder spells. You're gonna have to do that for me.
No, it's not like a damage roll or whatever. It just happens.
Oh.
Thunder comes flying out of your hand.
Yeah.
I quickly retract my arm and just hold it up to my chest. I didn't mean to.
Cora waves it off in a manner of saying, don't worry about it. But now that you have your proto-materia, you can now learn magic similar, but not in the same way that Henry and Dreva have to learn magic. But before I do that, I will play the ability unlock sound. So, and I'll type this out and write it down for you. But when it comes to you, Yashua, learning magic, think of it like the Sharingan from Naruto. You see it once, you got it. Only for tier 2 spells and below. Anything past that, you will either have to see it multiple times, be struck by it multiple times, or if you happen to read a scroll or a tome containing a spell, if you roll at least an 18 or higher, that will be considered a crit, and the reading time will be cut in half. If you nat 20 the roll, in addition to instantly learning it, the MP cost will be reduced by 10.
You're going to have to write that down for me.
Yeah, I'll write it down for you.
And I'm going to have to put it on my notes.
Yep.
Do you have a lot of magic attack?
I don't know.
You gotta be feeling how I feel. You do a spell, it does like 0.
My magic attack is at 110, so I doubt it. Gonna do any damage.
Yeah, mine's at 300.
In addition to that, your magic attacks will have like it will have proto as a prefix on it, and then the name of the attack. So it'll still have your magic attack stat attached to it, but it will also be half of your regular attack stat, just so that you will never outcast Henry or Dreva, but you'll be close to on par with them when it comes to magic.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
So I won't be doing zeros at the start like Henry, but say for example he does 10 damage, I'll be doing like 7 or 8.
Like more like 5 to 6 pretty much.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
It gives me room for creative thinking, critical thinking.
Mm-hmm. Now then, with that taken care of, so Henry Draven, the trial. Are you prepared in the best capacity that you can be?
I got no other choice, so yeah.
Alright. Allow me to make a very quick spirit call.
You're lucky to.
Oh god.
Unless I'm getting dragged in this too.
You won't be taking part in it because you are an elementalist, but you are allowed to watch.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I tap. Here, I tap your shoulder and give you a thumbs up. Good luck. And as for Dreva, I just pat her head. I just stand back and watch.
And as you do that, Korn finishes up with, as he calls it, his spirit call. And he creates a portal behind everyone. And he says, "Alright, you all. You may step right on through. And when your trial is over, you will reawaken back in the physical world. Because by the time the trial ends, it would have been about 6 days? Yeah, about 6 days worth of time. But, best of luck. And if, even though I don't think you'll fail, but if you happen to be unsuccessful on this day, you can always come back and try again. Now that being said, I'm going to let you all go. We will meet again at some point in the near future.
And best of luck. I am placing all of my faith in you three. Plus the rest of your team.
While I'm walking,
You all have a very interesting capacity for getting people to join your cause.
while I'm walking through the portal, I just tell them enjoy the show.
You know, I wasn't originally going to watch, but now I think I will.
So, you all step through the portal, and Yashua and Dreva find themselves in a very familiar location.
Uh-oh.
And in the distance, you can see Ifrita just idly swinging her feet above the water, with her back's face to you all, as she hasn't yet sensed that you all have arrived yet. And next to her, you can see Mayor watching the trees flow in the wind as they dance upon the water, and he catches some of them and decides to pocket them for later use.
I remember this gorgeous place. Oh yeah, Henry, don't touch the water.
I was going to jump right into the water.
Riku, is the water the same way as we remember it is?
As far as you know, yes.
Okay. Yeah, Henry, don't touch the water unless you want to die. Dreva, I don't think I have to remind you.
Ifrita finally realizes that you all have arrived, and she says, "Oh no, you guys don't have to worry about the water. That's only for people that Angie herself specifically brings here. You guys are cool. You aren't gonna freeze to death. It's still super cold though."
Ah, good to know. Still, don't touch the water, guys.
Henry follows Joshua.
Watch your step. Don't fall in the water.
Java follows behind the two of you, and she says, not Java, Ifrita. She says, "Well, so seems you guys have had a nice talk with Cora, and I can tell just by looking at you all, you guys have gotten pretty strong. Another thing too, I'm like still super surprised that you managed to live through that summoning there, buddy. Good job."
Yeah, I was told that normally when someone summons summons you or anyone similar to your caliber of strength, what was it called? Mana sickness and fall into a coma?
Yep.
Unless they're
That's
close.
exactly it.
Close to the same power level. They wouldn't.
Yeah, most normal people, they don't make it through a summoning. But in the same breath, you're not exactly normal. No offense.
No, I mean, granted, I am part human, but regardless. It was quite exhausting, but I didn't have time to rest when there was a big firebird that was willing to turn everyone to ashes.
Yeah, yeah. Fair point. Very fair point. So, you guys know why you're here, right? Well, Henry and Red Eyes over there. You guys know why you're here, right?
Trial.
Mm-hmm.
A trial of fire. I put a thumbs up at Henry.
Oh, oh no 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 no! It's not just fire, because as you can see, Mayor's here with me, and
Oh, so it's gonna be a 2v2.
he
Oh, that looks fun.
Mayor stops doing things with the leaves that are falling around as he stands to his feet and he says, "Yes, this is your ascension to power, so to say, as well. Cora has already explained to you all how things work, yes?"
Not really.
He explained what we needed to know.
So, he explained to you all how things work.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, I'm going to ask you all 2 questions. 1, are you determined to fight with a ferocity that may not even be known to yourself?
Is he asking the 3 of us or just...
The question is directed at Henry and Drava, but you can also answer.
Okay. I'm just gonna...
As long as I have my friends beside me.
Oh no, none of that. Friendship is power.
Hey, don't you want to learn some spells, buddy?
Not from you.
Not from me, but looks towards Frida, and it's perfect time for you too.
Okay. That's 1 question answered. Frida, if you would ask the next question. Haha! Don't mind if I do. Do you prefer for me to restrain myself? Or should I be fair in this fight?
I get an evil smirk on my face. You should go all out on them. Well, on Henry specifically.
Well, remember, I don't have Diablo here, so...
Exactly. It's a good time to test your mettle.
Okay. That's Yashua's answer.
Since Yasha wants to open his mouth, he could help us.
Nope. This is not a fight for him. This
Unfortunately.
is for you and Red Eyes.
Henry goes and talks it out with Drava, what she wants. So Drava, what do you want?
Well,
Hard or easy?
I mean, things are only gonna get harder from here on out, and
We'll go hard.
whatever she has in store for us, I've seen a bit of Ifrida's strength before, and to be honest, she mentions that she holds back a lot, and it kind of frightens me. But if I don't witness the level of strength that an Esper has in store for me now, I probably won't ever see it again.
Odin wouldn't back down from a fight. Let's do it. No, he wouldn't.
I'm sitting cross-legged on the fucking roof of the... What is this? Hut?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm just watching with a smile on my face. Like, they're growing so fast.
Alright. So, now that you've made it clear where your intentions are, who between us do you want to fight first?
We'll fight Ifrida.
Frida gets a very, very excited yet devilish grin on her face as she begins to grow in size, and Mayor moves out of the way, and she says, "All right, you've made your choice." You've made your choice, and now you gotta live with it.
God, that music. Holy shit. I ask, what was his name?
Mayor?
Yeah, I asked the mayor, did you by any chance bring some snacks? Because this is going to be really entertaining to watch.
Oh, trust. I've brought plenty of food with me because they're going to need it afterwards.
Could you share, or do I have to pay you for it?
No, just take what you want.
Ah, cool, thanks.
And as you do that, Ifrida lets out a mighty, mighty roar as she sets herself afire, and she says, "All right, who's swinging first?"
Henry casts illusion. And I create a snake and imbue it with dark smoke.
Let me find my snake if I have one. We'll use this one.
While you guys are having a battle, I will chime in, comment here and there, but I have to get on Cold Vein and re-edit my character.
Okay. I can't put the snake icon on the map.
Like, Riku, what kind of changes did I go through? Hair color and eyes?
Yep.
I could pick any color?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. There is your snake.
Okay. Its command is when Frida gets close by, to lunge at her and explode smoke.
Oh, brutal.
Okay.
Right at her face. Then I'll cast Stop on Rita.
Right. So for 6 turns, she is going to have 1 less action.
Okay, then Diabolos. I'm going to use the Diamond Bagel and protect me from 1 spell.
Alright.
And my last attack will be... Nicole Libra. On a Frida.
Okay. This.
Holy crap for health.
You'll be fine. Are you kind of panicked a little bit, like in character, when you see her health?
Oh yeah. Extremely panicked.
I notice your panic, and then I tell you, you'll be fine. I believe in you too.
Henry's just hoping to get to his limit break this fight. Finally use it. I haven't used the elemental golem yet.
If Frida notices you freaking out just a bit, and she says, "Oh, don't worry, I'm not gonna hit you that hard yet."
Do you have the icon for the golem yet? Done?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now that I don't have Diablo, I have to rely on that. I have to rely on my own power for once.
Alright, there you go. Oh, I forgot to put in her HP and MP. Alright. So, that being said, Henry's turn is over. And Dreva would take her turn. And what is she going to do first? She is going to cast Shalra on herself and Henry. Then she is going to cast Faithra on herself and Henry. And then she is going to cast Blazara at Ifrita. But because of the speed difference, I need to see if this hits in the first place. Okay, it's 8. Alright, that is a miss. And for description of the action, the blizzard spell melts before it even gets close enough to hit Ifrita.
Fuck.
Now that it's Ifrita's turn, she's going to very loudly crack her knuckles and say, "It's time to get this party good and started." And so, starting with, she's going to literally do eeny, meeny, miny, mo between Dreva and Henry. And she is going to set her sights upon Dreva. And she's about to get hit with a good old fire 1. So we're gonna do I forgot to talk about that too. Normal roll. I didn't toggle the damage part right. But that's a crit, so that's already not good. Roll that again. That comes out to -6 minus defense and all that. Dreva is getting hit for 216 fire damage. That was action 1 out of 4. And then for her next 3 actions, she's just going to snap her fingers, and small butterflies of fire are going to appear around you all. And she has a slightly unnerving smirk on her face. And because of speed things, now battle will take place in normal order. So Dreva will look at the butterflies that have been summoned around her and Henry, and she's going to say to Henry, so either we need to move or we need to deal with these things as soon as possible. Henry?
The Yashok cracking open a cold one.
Alright. Dreva is going to cast Eroga on her feet in a manner to use it to move out of the surrounding butterfly field, only to be met with, when she moves, they move with her.
Oh.
And so she moves back to her original location, and they move back to their original location. Okay, well, not getting out of this like that. She instead decides to raise her staff above her head and cast Blazara above her in a manner to shroud herself and Henry in ice magic, only for the ice spell to hit the butterflies, but seemingly nothing happens to them. And then in frustration, or rather growing frustration, she decides to cast a ruin spell at the butterflies to her left. I'm sorry, her right. And some of them move out of the way, other ones just get hit. And then she stops and thinks, and she tries to think of a plan of action. And so for that, I'm gonna have her roll investigation. So until her next turn, she is going to be thinking of a way to get out of the situation.
Wow, things look real rough down there. I say this in character.
Yes, this is Mayor talking. This is how Afrida handles her trial. She puts her combatants in a situation where they have to think and can't just brute force their way through everything.
Yashok grabs another cold one and Right.
It is
Are we
now.
allowed to give advice?
I mean, you can say things that may or may not help. I'm not gonna not let you do that.
But I cannot interfere.
No, you cannot join the battle, but you're free to make whatever comments you want.
I cannot join the battle, he says. Can I toss a shining word at them or no?
No, that is considered joining the battle.
Damn it. Yashua just shrugs. Oh, you guys are on your own. I can't interfere.
Yep, and if you do, I will turn you into cinders.
Nervously just sips. Right, I'll take your word for it.
Chris, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just thinking.
Oh, okay.
So gravity does a portion of their health, right?
Yes, sir.
Percentage-based attack.
Okay, I'm going to do gravity.
Okay. Okay, what is 16% of... Where's my calculator? Alright. That comes out to 5,504.
Ifrit has strategy.
One sec. Intermission. Be right back.
I could chunk off 5,000s at a time.
It is percentage based off their HP, so yeah.
My limit break is at 700. So I need to hit at least 5 of these and go into a burst mode.
Trust me, the amount of damage you're doing, you probably need to land on 1 or 2.
You have to land 3 of them, mana charge. No, I have to do 2 of them, mana charge, another illusion, and imbue it with another gravity. That's my rotation for the turn. I hope that mana charge gives me at least 80.
What does my character here look like? Ah, looks like that. Okay. I gotta re-edit, yeah, sure. Shouldn't play videos in session, Chris.
We're waiting for him.
Yeah, but mute yourself if you're gonna do that, because these sessions are recorded.
He edits out the section.
He doesn't sometimes.
It's okay.
No, it's not. Mute yourself.
As we wait.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Right. I was doing damage things.
Yeah.
After being struck by the gravity spell, she says, "Oh wow, okay. Didn't know you knew that. Not gonna let you get away with it again."
So how much did that attack do? 5,000 to her?
5,440.
So I get 10% of that?
Yes.
I get 500 for my limb break from that.
Yep. Well, you get exactly 544, but same thing.
It doesn't matter, it'll hit the 1,000 threshold anyways, so... I can't go past the 1,000, right?
Nope.
So I can use my burst mode with that, right?
If you want to, yeah.
Yes, I'm going to use it. So I cast it finally.
Alrighty. Let me find what I did with that.
Your time to shine, my dude.
Golem icon you gave me. This is the right one, yes? I'll make it bigger so you can see it.
Yes, the blue one is normal, and the red one is for when Diabolos takes over it.
Okay, I'll put this
Oh my god, repels.
over here. I will give it half of your stats. So what's your HP and MP again?
My HP is 1,434.
1.
434. And my MP is 1,750.
Alright. And after seeing you do that, he says, "Oh wow, look at that! You got a little buddy. How cute. What's its name? If it has one, anyway."
Henry casts illusion again. Does the golem get to cast what I cast?
Certain spells, like anything you know naturally, like your fire, your cures, and all that, it can. But special spells like illusion, no.
I'll do the illusion, so he could copy my gravity.
Yeah.
So when I imbue the illusion with gravity, he'll use it on her.
Wait, are you making a copy of the golem?
No. I'm making just another snake imbued with gravity.
Okay, I'll put that one right here. And when you make your next illusion, the butterflies that are surrounding you and Dreva, some of them move over to the illusion.
So the golem casts illusion, gravity on her. How much would that do? Half the damage?
Yes.
That would be 7.5%.
Yes, but I'm gonna withhold my comment.
So I need a mana charge. Where am I at? 1, 2. Charge. 29%. That's good.
You know what happened last time when I was creating my character for this campaign is that I didn't save the character, and I'll have to recreate him from scratch.
Nice.
But that's all I could do.
That's it? Your turn's over?
Yep.
Okay.
I did 5 skills, so.
Right. Alright.
Oh. My character. I need symbol.
Symbol for...
The bagel section.
Oh, right. We'll
I can
use this
put
one.
that on. I was going to put that one too.
Alright. She then says, alright, if you're not going to bring the fight to me, I'll bring the fight to you. And after saying that, she snaps her fingers again, and she swaps places with the butterflies.
Oh, well, she's in range.
Oh fuck!
Both illusions, kaboom!
So the... I hope I don't screw this up, because last time I tried to use the fog tool, everything got all fucky.
Hey, don't worry about using the fog tool.
Okay. So... explosion... smoke... Alright. So... the one you put in with the smoke spell takes place, and in response to that, she inhales most of the smoke around her, and instead of her not being able to see, what was it, 40 feet of dark smoke, something like that, her vision is instead reduced by 5 feet. So if you're right next to her, like she is right now, she can still see you, but if you move a little bit of ways away, she's gonna have a little bit of a hard time trying to hit you. And her speed will drop by 10. As for the gravity snake, the moment the spell goes off, she creates a purple orb of not smoke. She creates a purple orb of fire in her hand, and she punches the spell out of existence.
Bruh.
God.
I warned you, you're only gonna get away with that once. And as for this little smoke and mirrors trick, it's pretty cute. I'll give you that much. What were you saying about your golem? I didn't cut you off.
Recast both of those.
You said, can the golem recast them?
Yeah. Both when they got casted, he cast them, right?
Oh, right, I did say that.
Double attack.
So the smoke effect is... it's not necessarily doubled, but it's still taking place. So now she can't see up to 10 feet ahead of her. So now with her being right next to you, she's going to have a little bit of a hard time trying to, spot you and stuff like that. But again, as for the other gravity spell that's making a beeline for her direction, she grabs it out of the air. She crushes it in her hand, but she still takes just a tiny bit of damage. So we'll say, instead of it being 7.5, let's say she loses like another 3%. But she repeats herself, and she says, I warned you, you were only gonna get away with that once. Two, 8, 5, 6, 0 times 3. Okay. I have to move your golem because it's getting in the way of her icon. Right. So her switching positions was one action. Her grabbing and stopping the gravity orbs were an additional 2, so she has 1 left. And she is going to cast... that is not her sheet. She is going to use... her flame brand attack. She's going to conjure a blade of fire in her hand, and she is going to immediately swing it in front of her. Though, because of her current inability to see very well, Henry, please roll dexterity to see if you avoid the attack. Alright, you rolled 18. I will roll for Dreva. Okay, she got a nat 20. And I will roll for Ifrita since Dreva just isn't getting hit. And Ifrita rolled a nat 1. Okay.
So it was the other way around.
So nobody's getting hurt by this, and you two instinctively duck under her sword and then resume your battle position. And Dreva, she speaks up and says, "Oh wow, that's very, very hot. I don't want to get hit by that."
I chime in. Yeah, I can feel that from here.
And Mayor says, "Well, that's the flames of a fire esper for you."
Ifrit whispers to Dreva, "Can we use the water around us?"
That would be a nice idea. The only issue is that, do you see how big she is compared to us? No offense, by the way.
Lies.
Ifrita says, "None taken." What did you say, Henry?
Butterflies.
Do we still have the communicators on us?
No, because
no.
we're in the astral plane.
True.
Just like how I don't have my sword.
What
I
about
would have just touched the sword. It would have been.
What about
chaos.
the butterflies?
If we could put them out with water. The one on the floor.
I mean,
Doesn't the water have special properties to it?
I mean, for us, it's just very cold. If we were brought here by Angela as enemies, it would freeze us on contact. But are you saying to try and bait her out towards the water?
Maybe that's best.
I'm willing to take that risk. Since the butterflies move with us, if I were to use a Roga to position myself above the water, that might do something. So she is going to attempt to put that plan into motion. She is going to cast Eroga on her own feet and on Henry's feet and guide the both of them above the water. And the golem automatically follows behind Henry. And so do the butterflies surrounding you all follow you as well. So that was 1, 2. She is going to use her next attack, or her next action, to heal herself for the damage that she took earlier. And then she is going to cast Blazara with her last 2 actions towards Frida. That's a crit. Wow. Right, let me throw all that together real quick. Excuse me. And as Dreva is casting her 2 blizzard spells, the icy feeling from the water, the mist that sits so comfortably atop the water, follows behind her ice spell and it almost feels as if she casted Blizzaga instead of Blizzara. And as the ice makes its way towards Afrida, it hits her for 868 damage.
He did the 3% also. Oh,
Yeah.
No. Okay. How much did that one come out to?
That one came out to 856.
So 10% is 80.
Right, and that was all of Drava's turn.
We're gonna do this again. Henry casts Illusion. And this time he's making a bird. Butterfly would be good. That looks exactly like Afrida's butterflies.
Okay, let me see if I have a butterfly icon.
If you don't have one, just make it an insect and we know what it is.
Alright. I didn't find a butterfly, but I found something way cooler. It's a bee with boxing gloves.
You're gonna get your shit rocked now. Dude, 10 out of 10.
That's perfect for this situation.
Just the bee is just shadow boxing right now, looking intimidating.
Right.
And I'm going to imbue it with Blizzard.
Yikers. We'll use that.
So that's just the trap. I'll do another mana charge. 69%! That brings me back to full. And then I have 2 spells left. So I'm going to dual cast plus golem cast blizzard. So that would be 3 blizzards each time for a number of 6.
Yeah.
I would only really have to cast it twice, right? So it just becomes half and 1/4 each time.
Yep. Okay.
Shit ton of fucking missile icicles flying at her.
Alright, let's put this here. And then... Okay, so all those blizzards... Wow. All of those blizzard spells being slung towards Ifrita are hitting her for a combined total of 1,391 damage. Right. So, with it being Ifrita's turn again, she is going to shout at the top of her lungs, since you all are the only individuals here, that she is having the time of her life fighting you all, and it's been a very long time since she's had an opportunity to engage in battle with new fledgling adventurers as such as yourselves, and she is going to cast Firaja on herself with her entire turn. And as she does that, she is going to grow bigger and bigger in size and way more aggressive. And it's at this point that the flames around her are getting to the point where it's beginning to very slowly encompass the field itself. And this is a level of heat that you have never experienced before in your life. And she's going to say, y'all better be ready, because now, and yes, I am purposely making a fire pun, now I'm bringing the heat.
Yashua says, this ain't fair, they're having all the fun.
As she kneels down and prepares to just lunge herself at you, and mid-dash, everything pauses. All action, all movement, the wind, the sounds of the water, everything freezes in time. As you all feel a pull all too similar to what Korra did for you all as he brought you to the astral plane. You feel yourselves being pulled back. As once the sudden pause ends, Ifrita and Mayor both point out, Oh, that's right. It looks like Korra forgot to tell you. You guys can only be out of your bodies for 7 Palamecian days, as any longer than that, well, you may not be able to get back inside of it. So, no worries though. Um, the next time you all go to sleep, you all can come right back here if you want. But, um, just like I said, be ready because I'm bringing the heat. And as much as I'd love to continue this fight, I know you all would like to continue this fight. I care about your well-being, even though I was getting ready to send you to Kingdom Come. We don't need you guys losing your souls. Sorry about all that.
Yashua kind of frowns. They get to have all the fun.
And as you all are slowly fading out of the astral plane and back into your regular bodies, you hear Mayor say, "Oh, don't you worry. Your time is coming very soon. Very soon. So be prepared."
That sounded like a threat.
Be very prepared. And that is the last thing you hear before you come to in your hotel rooms, and your rejuvenation chambers are open. And I will play this. And I'll turn this up just a bit too.
Oof. That was fun.
Fun for you.
Javo speaks up. What, you weren't having fun with that? I thought it was pretty interesting so far. Though, with the portion of the fight that we did get through, we're gonna have to come with a really solid plan about those butterflies, and with now how big she is.
Hey, my punching bug.
Okay. I finished editing my character.
Alright. I will make that icon adjustment after session. So once you all, awake and get out of your chambers and whatnot, you find that Zero left a drone in front of the door with a note attached to it, and it says, and you can almost hear it in his voice. Whenever the hell you guys decide to wake up, make your way over to the club, come to the office. I've got a little special something for you. And also, we've started the reconstruction efforts around the city. Feel free to help if you want to. It's up to you guys. And then the drone flies off after it assumes you finished reading the message.
Alright. We should head over. Though, keep in mind how Riku said that my character's appearance changed. It's just the hair color and the eyes. Yashua just went from a dark, ashy hair color to a fucking golden blonde hair color. Granted, he doesn't know.
Right.
And his eyes are brighter. They're the same coloration, just brighter. They look like jewels.
Okay. So, you all make your way over to the club, and on the way there, you see as many able-bodied people as possible, in combination with their Zero's machines and such, working together to quickly restore and fix all of the buildings and properties and stores and whatnot that were damaged during all of the prior fighting and cult sieging that took place over the last few weeks. You see Zin, you see Mask, you see his wife helping out. You see Regis and Isla carrying things that look like they shouldn't be able to carry, but they're carrying them with no effort at all. You see some of the civilians that you helped out when they needed help, and they see you and they wave at you. They ask you how you've been, and they thank you again for helping them in their hour of need. And then you see a couple other familiar faces that you've helped out along the way. And you see Osiris in front of Frankie's club, just getting up all the really large pieces of debris around the area and whatnot. And she doesn't necessarily say anything to you, but she does glance over at you all.
I just smile at her. Wait, I'm gonna do a charisma roll when I smile at her. Is that alright?
What exactly the roll for?
No, I just want to smile at her.
Oh, okay.
I just want to see what kind of effect it would have.
Okay, I will roll her charisma. She acknowledges the fact that you smiled at her, but she gives you no response in return. And she gets back to doing what was assigned to her. On the inside, you see Diabolos and Garland still more or less in the same spot. They've just been talking and catching up this entire time since you all have been unconscious.
Henry waddles over to the Diablo, having a good time.
I just walk by Zero and Frankie and ask them, so, what'd I miss?
Well, I'll let Chief tell you what you missed. I have something to give you two, or you three, rather. And Francesca gets up from her chair, and she says, well, the first thing that you missed is me getting my rightly earned credit for doing everything in my power for protecting the district and the city as a whole, more or less. We've also finally received clearance from the other districts, and I use this term very loosely, military, to use the Valkyria model whenever we deem it necessary from now on. Lastly, it was surprisingly a lot easier to get Osiris to help us out, as she was almost like a lost wanderer, just looking for anything to do. So we told her to just help gather up all the debris and set it aside for repurpose. And she didn't argue, didn't try to combat us. She did scowl a lot, and she muttered things under her breath in passing, but she's been doing what she was told to do, and I haven't, aside from the first time I spoke to her of my own accord, because granted, I did have her heavily restrained, I didn't feel any hostility from her. So that's all of what you missed, pretty much. And after Francesca finishes saying that, Zeril comes back to where everyone else is, and he has 3 more suitcases with him. 2 of them are the same, though. And he says, so, first of all, I want to thank you guys for the outrageous level of combat data and field data that you brought me for that prototype armor that I made for you all. And I took it and I made something even better than that. Like, as far as armors and such go, I can say that this, at this moment of time, is my greatest creation. So, he hands the red suitcase to Henry, and he hands the 2 white suitcases to Yashua and Dreva, respectively. And for out of character sake, if you recall, I told you that this armor this gear rather, will inevitably change based on the whatever element you all used the most out of your repertoire. And so, Henry, this is for you.
Gear. Hey, that's sick.
And then Yashua, because at the time the only element-based thing you knew was Cure, and Cure is considered light magic, this is also for you. And Dreva is getting the same thing, even though she used Wind just as much as she used Cure. I went back through my notes and stuff. She used Cure 1 more extra time than she did her Wind spells. So this is yours.
Lux gear.
And as you all are examining your gear and such, Garland and Diabolos both they feel the potential of the new pieces of equipment that you all gathered, and as they walk over to see just what it is that you've gotten, the scene will fade to black and session will end for today. You got 15 seconds to get your fake sponsorships out now before I hit stop recording button.
This video it's not sponsored. You could watch another video now.
Alright. And